churros. Stuff you already have in the house, you can make churros. Making churros. I'm going to tell you some of the stuff we're going to need. You're going to need half a teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1.5 cups of water. Here we got some cinnamon, and we have some Crisco butter flavor. But I mixed this with my regular cooking oil, and just to give it the butter flavor. Okay, we also have a cookie press here. I'm not getting paid by them, so don't want to hear from nobody. This is just what I use. And inside this unit, it has the one that I'm going to use right here. That's for churros. It's a cookie press. You can use your sausage press if you have one, or you can just use a pastry bag. They use those a lot, but I'm just going to use this today. I'll show you how to use it. And also for the sugar, we got 1 cup of sugar and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. We're going to mix those two together and put them inside this Pyrex dish, and we'll use that for dusting the sugar onto the churros when they're complete. Now over to the stove. We set up a little workstation here. We've got a pan with some paper towels to catch them after they're fried. We have the pot that we're going to be cooking in. We have a stainless steel spoon back there that I'm using for the oil. And this oil, as you can see, I fried some donuts in it. And I'm heating it up right now. It's got the butter oil in there and the regular oil in there. And we've gotten that up hot, but not quite yet. We're going to need to get that to 350 degrees. And we're going to go ahead and start. We'll be cooking in this pot right here. Okay, stay tuned. All right, we've got the stove on, and we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to add in the 1.5 cups of water to the stove. We're going to bring this up to a boil. We're going to add in the salt. We're going to also add in the sugar. And we'll let those dissolve. Now, you can, like me, grab about, a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of this oil here. Add it to the pot here. That'll make your dough a lot more flexible when you're going to need the dough later. We're going to wait until this comes up to a boil. Everything's dissolved and it's starting to boil. Okay, the water's boiling. And to that boiling water, we're going to add the flour. Add it all at one time. Don't be scared. Just add it in there. And then you're going to stir this together. I'm going to go ahead and stir this together, and I'll return after I've stirred this. It's hard to do this with one hand, but you can see how it's coming together. Don't worry about cooking the flour right now. Remember, we're going to fry these, so it's no big deal. But I'm going to go ahead and turn off the fire and stir this up, and I'll come back as it starts to get smooth. Okay, as you can see, it's starting to come together here. And you're just going to stir this until it comes together as a ball. I can't do this with one hand. I apologize. My assistant is playing video games today. But I'll be back after I get into a ball for you. Here we are. We are at a ball. It's only been rolling around. I just take it and stir it around like this until it came to a ball. Now we're going to take this dough ball and bring it over to the countertop, or you can put it into another bowl and let it sit for about 2 or 3 minutes so it can rest. I'm just going to take it and place it on my my countertop. And as you can see, it's one ball here. Take it over to my countertop, and boop, that's it. There's our dough. We'll let it sit for about a minute. This is so easy. I'm checking my oil. I'm at about 267. So I went ahead and raised the temperature. I want to get this oil to 350 before we add anything into this oil. I know that seems high, but we want that crispiness of the crunch. So we're going to wait till it's 350. All right, it's been about 2 minutes while we check the oil. We're waiting for it to heat up. We're going to go ahead and knead the dough. It's kind of rubbery right now, but you just want to smash down. You know how to knead. Bring it over. Whatever technique you use, just knead it a little bit. It's warm, but it's bearable. You want to get it nice and smooth and elastic. Shouldn't take that long. This is almost the same way you make a French dough, except you add butter. We added a little butter oil, but as you can see, it's coming together. It's getting a nice elastic look to it. We're almost done. It's this easy, people. We're talking 5-10 minutes. Takes longer to heat the oil up than it does to make the actual dough. Now at this time, if you want, you could add in a little bit of vanilla or vanilla bean paste. I'm not going to because the standard ones don't require that. But if you want to, you can. They are delicious. But don't add it in while it's cooking. You want to add it in after it's done so the vanilla doesn't cook out. Now you can see that dough is nice and elastic. Springy. It's really nice. Okay, we have our gun here. We're going to pull the sleeve back. We have our star design in there. And we're going to take some dough and add into it, and we'll be right back. Okay, I've placed the dough here. Half of it I put in here. And I just pumped it a few times, and as you can see, it starts to come out with that shape. And here I've already pumped out one right here. This is a nice size. As you can see my thumb, this is a pretty big one. This is the standard size for your churros. Now, I'm not going to make them too long because remember, you have to remember the size of your skillet. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and pump out a few of these and get ready, and we'll check our oil right now. Okay, we'll check our oil. We're at about 338, 39, 40 and counting. So let's just assume that when we come back with the first churro, that we'll be at 350, no problem. We're at 344 and rising. So we're gonna need 5 more degrees. So we're gonna go ahead and pause that and get back to the churros.